Now, for the last 6 months, Delhiites have been subjected to a bizarre and brazen drive where overaged vehicles were picked up from public spaces and also from gated societies. These overaged vehicles were picked and sent to scrapyards. People were running from pillar to post, calling out the high-handedness and also alleging that there exists a Delhi Babu's mafia nexus. We took up your issue. We amplified your voice. And finally, our efforts have paid off, where the Delhi High Court has come to the citizens' rescue and has asked the Delhi Babus to release the vehicles seized in the last 3 months. On a condition, of course, that the owners will either permanently park them in private spaces or remove them from the city's limits. But the Delhi Transport Department got a rap on its knuckles from the High Court, which said this is no dictatorship. It also busted the myths around the NGT order. It said that 2015 order clearly suggests that the overaged vehicles could be towed and challaned but cannot be seized and sent to scrapyards, basically highlighting the fact that the Delhi Babus have not just overstepped their brief but deliberately harassed citizens by seizing their cars without any notice. And we here at Mirror Now demand action against the Delhi Babus for not paying heed to citizens' pleas and carrying on with the illegal drive. And to discuss this further, I'm going to be joined by my guest this morning. I'm joined by Mr. Rajeev Bharadwaj, who is a public servant and also a citizens' rights activist. Good morning, Mr. Bharadwaj. Thank you for taking our time and joining us over here at Mirror Now. At the very outset, the fact remains that this was somebody's private property that brazenly the Delhi government's transport department was trying to encroach upon and seize and scrap it without any notice or consent. Does it not be a fit case for the Babus then to be punished?
Good morning, Samya. I would like to supplement one more additional information. Since the last campaign being taken by the Mirror Now, in between, Honorable Member of Parliament has also raised this matter in the Parliament. And in Lok Sabha, on start question number 183, which was answered by the central government Honorable Minister for Road and Transport, on 20th July 2023. Three important things came out from that reply. It's a very 3-page reply. But the 3 points which came out from that reply was that the state government does not have a right to make any amendment in the Motor Vehicle Act. And as per the Government of India allocation of business rule 1961, Motor Vehicle Act is administered by the central government only. Now the thing, and the second point was, as per the NGT order, which has banned, say, 10 years, fixed age of the vehicle of 10 years and for diesel and 15 years of petrol, this order has already been challenged by the central government in Supreme Court by civil appeal number 6686-6688 in 2019. And the diary number which they have given is 8840 of 2019. Surprisingly, why it has not come up before the Supreme Court till date, why it has not been listed, that is a matter to be seen by the other legal luminaries. And the third most important thing was the central government Ministry of Road Transport, via the notification dated 23/9/2021 and 12/9/2022, issued a notification for scrapping rules, and re-registration and refitness rules also notified. Having these three things given before the Parliament on the floor of the House, I don't know why this has still was escaping the attention of the Delhi government. Now the Honorable High Court has pointed out procedural unreasonableness, that no notice given, no hearing to the aggrieved. On that basis, they have given a very limited relief as of now. And the most important thing is the OM issued by the Delhi Transport Commissioner. It is now admitted before the Honorable High Court is without any competence, and it is in violation of the Motor Vehicle Act. Therefore, the whole it reflects that there was a total breakdown of governance and Transport Department administration, and the executives have become a law into themselves. Now this cannot be go with impunity.
But Mr. Bharadwaj,
Somewhere the
shouldn't
responsibility is to
accountability
be
be
fixed.
fixed? Like the
Yeah,
buck has to stop somewhere. If these
somewhere. No,
officials and
no.
babus were acting unilaterally, trying to surpass what the existing laws are, then should they not be booked?
Yes, no, it is anything. The same question applies with them also. It has to be now independently investigated, and from where this illegality has started, and who has supported in perpetuity to continue with this thing. And so many citizens, so many public, because of non-performance of the public duty in a prescribed manner, that is also a statute duty. So many public has already been harassed, and the precious property and loss of financial loss has been incurred to them. The accountability and responsibility has to be fixed, and there is a angle of criminality in this also, because as the people are telling that there has been a nexus between the registered in the name of the registered scrapper, means the government and the department acting as a business development authority of those scrappers, or a salesman of that scrapper. These all also lead to offenses, lead to criminal offenses also. So there are multiple aspects involved in this, and this need to be investigated. Accountability should be fixed, and they should be taken to task as per the law and as per the service rules. Certainly.
But Mr. Bharadwaj, are you also
Yes, Amir.
suggesting that there should be an investigation, a probe, that there should be a panel constituted to look into it as to who are the people who orchestrated it and then who are the ones who supported it in perpetuity?
Yeah, because you cannot condemn a person based upon our assumption and presumption. We as a public have a feeling, and we are raising a suspicion. Now this suspicion has to be investigated to find the credibility and the evidence. So that there is now the government should come forward and say that they are going to investigate through an investigating agency, through their business department, or through any other anti-corruption wing. So it is up to the government now to look into the matter. But the whole department, the transport department, the administration has collapsed. It was running as if they were the law into themselves. So there is no doubt that something seriously has gone wrong. Yes, Amir.
Absolutely, Mr. Bharadwaj. And also the fact remains that should there also not be the compensation that should be paid, because there are many senior citizens who have been affected by the scrappage policy, where many of their cars have been towed away without their knowledge. They've been sent to the scrap yards. The trauma that they've gone through is beyond just a property loss. Do you think there should be also some sense of a compensation that should be given to them?
The compensation has to be quantified. Yes, there are two types of compensation. One the loss they have incurred, that they can quantify. The another is the harm and injury done to them by way of harassment and hardship. Now, if the process adopted by the government by way of investigation comes out to be a wrong process or illegal process, then all the consequential impact which the public has suffered, they have a right to get the compensation, and the government should also take cognizance of this, or one way or the other this will come before the Honorable High Court also. But at the same time, Samia, one thing is there: the scrapping policy or the scrapping rules is also the mandate of the law. The manner in which it was being implemented, or the intent with which it was being manipulated, that has caused no confidence within the public. So as the government should also
Mr.
come forward.
Bharadwaj, are you trying to say that while we are also trying to highlight how people have claimed and alleged that there was a nexus between the Delhi Babus and the mafia, there was also an intent over here to go ahead and proceed with this scrappage policy, knowing well that they are not doing the right thing?
Yes, that is the moot point. But the thing is that one thing was very surprising. As I said, if the central government has filed an appeal in the Supreme Court in 2019, and it is still at a diary stage. It has not been listed. So, and why government is not taking any proper action to get it listed before the Supreme Court and a proper redressal given to in the larger interest of the public? So there is something hidden behind the whole process, because the administration at one stage or the government at the other stage. Now the Honorable Minister of Transport of Delhi is on record telling that all this process has not been approved by the government. And if the whole process has not been approved by the government and everything going in the wide public view in complete violation of the rules and laws, why the government was sleeping for such a long time and allowing more than thousands of citizens being harassed? That is a very something which is not coming out. So a proper investigation by an independent agency can only bring all this fact. Once the government themselves has seen.
Okay, so
there
Mr.
is a merit
Bharadwaj,
in challenging
what
the
is your
NGT
next
order.
demand over here? Do you think an independent agency should step forward and suo motu take cognizance of this entire episode and initiate an investigation?
Yeah, that is number one. Number two, because the whole thing, the rule making power and the notifications are being issued by the central government, and the central government themselves has gone before the Supreme Court. So they should give a very big clarity by way of clarification or by way of notification for the citizen of the city of Delhi, that the MV Act applies uniformly to them also. Why they are being discriminated as compared to the other pan-India application of the law? Because the law doesn't discriminate. So this discrimination has caused a lot of harassment and financial losses to many citizens within the city of Delhi. So government has to now proactively come forward to see this. They should come, number one. Number two, there has to be a proper investigation, because all a known agency, MCD, coming forward, becoming an authority under the MCD Act, CFUM, they are coming forward, they are becoming an authority under the MV Act. Means all the authority was telling that we are deriving power from NGT, we are deriving power from MCD Act, we are deriving power from somewhere else. But nobody was talking about the MV Act. It is a special act under which a vehicle is registered. It is a special act under which a vehicle can be scrapped. So why don't you follow that notification and law? So it has to be investigated. There was a total breakdown of governance as far as the MV Act is concerned in city of Delhi. Now, as far as the senior citizen is concerned, the another thing which has not gone before the High Court, and it should also go, that in Delhi, once your end of life has been achieved, say 15 years is the present life defined, and your vehicle is fit, there is a provision of re-registration and refitness. The Delhi Transport Department has bluntly closed this option for the citizen of Delhi. How? Once you go and approach the department, they will not take your application. What is this? The law, there is a legal right, and you are not, the administration or the executive who is going to administer that law is not allowing to exercise your right. So that is where many vehicles which is fit, but they are losing their RC registration and they are losing their fitness because arbitrarily their right has been closed, and it has not been declared as such in the public domain. We will not allow it, but they are not allowing it in practice. So this is how, by hidden agenda or something in a very opaque manner, the citizens are being harassed. As far as the scrapping is concerned,
absolutely, Mr. Bharadwaj, thank you for joining us over here and putting things into perspective. With your demand for an independent investigation to unearth what exactly went wrong as far as the total collapse of the government machinery in the transport department, where eventually it was a citizen at the receiving end. Thank you so much, Mr. Bharadwaj, for taking our time and joining us over here at Mirror Now. I'm also joined by my colleague Ela right now from the national capital. Well, Ela, take us through what has been the reaction of the people on ground, is because this comes as a huge relief, especially after the Mirror Now campaigned for the people in the national capital, where their scrappage policy was being misused to harass the citizens, take away their cars, tow it away without any notice and send them to scrapyard. What do they have to say now? Do they demand a compensation and investigation as to what exactly happened over here?
Well, absolutely. We have shown the old Car Not Bekaar campaign, and the impact is that now Supreme Court has said that those people whose car was seized by the transport department should be getting their cars by taking an undertaking, and after that the car should be released. They are allowed to sell their car out of Delhi, but they are not allowed to ply or park their cars in national capital Delhi. And I am being joined by one of the victim as well. Sir, आपकी गाड़ी भी उठी थी ना?
यस मेरी फादर की गाड़ी थी, वो आ गए थे बट उन्होंने मेरी कोई जानकारी की वजह से छोड़ दी। बट मेरे फादर की डेथ हुए भी 6-7 साल 8 साल हो गए, तो मैंने उनको इतना रिक्वेस्ट किया कि मेरे फादर की एक निशानी है, तो उन्होंने अच्छे आदमी थे, उन्होंने छोड़ दी। बट व्हाट इज़ दिस रूल? अगर कोई रखना चाहता है अपने गैरेज में खड़ी है, रोड के साइड में खड़ी है, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? पहले हमारी दिल्ली वालों की लाखों रुपए की गाड़ियाँ कूड़े के भाव में दूसरी स्टेट वाले लेके जाते हैं। इनको बाकायदा उठाने की बजाय गाड़ियाँ, दे शुड हैव अ प्रॉपर फिटनेस सेंटर। इफ द इंजन इज ओके, तो यू शुड गिव देम पासिंग टू प्लाई ऑन डेली रोड्स टू टेक अ टैक्स 50,000 or 25,000 per year. Even the old cars can run also. There is no need to scrap them, but our government does not listen to any of these policies.
Sir, what do you have to say? The High Court order has come. It is a big relief for the people.
Yes, ma'am, it is a good relief. But at this time, I have sold to the scrap dealer that particular my father's car.
आपकी ऑलरेडी
बिक चुकी है मैडम। वो अफसर अच्छे थे, उन्होंने थोड़ा दया करके मेरे छोड़ दी गाड़ी, बट फिर मैंने स्क्रैप डीलर को वो गाड़ी स्क्रैप करवाई।
और बाकी लोगों के बारे में क्या कहना चाहिए? उनके लिए काफी राहत की बात
है जी, बहुत अच्छी बात है जी। अगर वो नहीं चलाएं गाड़ी, अपने गैरेज में खड़ी कर लें प्रेमिसेस में, तब तो अंदर से तो कोई नहीं उठा सकता, बाहर रोड से तो उठा लेंगे गाड़ी।
सर, आपका क्या नाम है? और सर, क्या आपको लगता है कि कंपनसेशन भी मिलना चाहिए लोगों को?
इसमें कंपनसेशन की क्या बात है मैडम?
जिन लोगों की गाड़ियां ऑलरेडी खत्म हो चुकी।
मैडम, जो हो गया सो हो गया, उसमें हर एक को कहाँ तक बुलाते रहोगे कंपनसेशन के लिए? ऐसे तो लॉट ऑफ कंपनसेशन के क्लेम्स आ जाएंगे और बिखरता जाएगा, रहता बनता चला जाएगा। दैट्स नॉट इन फेवर टू कंपनसेशन।
सर, आपका क्या कहना है? हाई कोर्ट ने जो इतना बड़ा रिलीफ दिया है और हमारी जो कैंपेन ओल्ड कार नो बेकार चल रही है, उसका भी हमें कहीं ना कहीं असर देखने को ये मिल रहा है।
नहीं, बिल्कुल ठीक बात है। ये जो हाई कोर्ट का ये डिसीजन आया, ये पब्लिक की फेवर में है और अच्छा है। पब्लिक खुद अवेयर है, ऐसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन एकदम से मकानों के बाहर से उठाना ये एक गलत चीज़ थी। और पब्लिक अवेयर है इस चीज़ में, हर चीज़ के लिए। लेकिन कईयों की पुरानी यादें जुड़ी होती हैं, जैसे हमारे भाई ने बताया कि हमने उसको अंदर ही रखा हुआ है, मतलब रखना चाहते थे, तो ठीक है, वो अलग इशू होते हैं। लेकिन वी वेलकम द ऑर्डर फॉर हाई कोर्ट।
सर, आपको क्या लगता है इस तरह से, जिस तरह से उठाई जा रही थी गाड़ियाँ, बिजार वे था, एक काफ़ी बिजार वे था, नोटिस भी नहीं मिल रहा था लोगों को?
हाँ, बिल्कुल बहुत परेशानी थी। लोग मतलब ऊपर से नीचे उतर रहे हैं, देख रहा है कि क्रेन गाड़ी लेके जा रही है, तो परेशानी तो बहुत थी इसमें। लेकिन अब ये जो राहत मिली है, इससे पब्लिक को कुछ ना कुछ तो राहत मिलेगी ज़रूर।
जी, सर, आपका क्या नाम है?
My name is H.V. Juneja, but I am actually hard of hearing. I could not actually respond to your question.
Okay, sir, आपका क्या नाम है?
मेरा नाम मुदस्सर है। इन लोगों ने सुझाव दिया है, अगर इस पे इम्प्लीमेंट हो जाए तो बड़ा अच्छा है। जैसे कुछ लोगों की समस्या है, गाड़ियों का हल तो हर चीज़ का निकलता ही है, तो ये गाड़ियाँ जो अचानक पुलिस आती है उठा के ले जाती है, उनको हल निकालने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा है। किसी की जगह बनी हुई है, किसी का गैराज है, तो उसमें अगर मौका दिया जाए तो वो लोग गाड़ी भी खड़ी कर सकते हैं। अगर अचानक आते हैं और गाड़ी उठा के ले जाते हैं, तो वो आदमी क्या करता
सर, सीनियर सिटीजन्स को भी काफ़ी दिक्कतें होती हैं, जो गाड़ियाँ उनकी ले जाते हैं अचानक।
हाँ, तो बहुत परेशानी है। पहले उनको नोटिस देना चाहिए, उनको कोई इन्फॉर्म करना चाहिए। कभी पेपर में आ गया, अक्सर लोग पेपर पढ़ते भी नहीं आजकल, तो इसकी समस्या जो है लोगों के हाथ में है, चाहे तो सरकार कुछ भी कर सकती है। जी
सर, व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से ऑन हाई कोर्ट?
जो भी आज हाई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर आया है, मैंने भी पढ़ा है, वो ऑर्डर करते कराते इतने टाइम बाद आया, लगभग 50% गाड़ियाँ तो लोगों की स्क्रैप में जा चुकी हैं। अब जब डिसीजन आया है कि भाई आप गाड़ी की गारंटी लिख के दीजिए कि आप दिल्ली से बाहर ले जाएंगे, तो थोड़ा वो जिनकी बच गई है वो रिलीफ है। बट वो देखेंगे कि बाहर भी नेचुरली प्राइस कितना मिलेगा उनको, या स्क्रैप करके अच्छा मिलेगा या वहाँ मिलेगा, वो देखेंगे। बट इसे रिलीफ है।
लेकिन उन लोगों की जिनकी ऑलरेडी कार डैमेज,
कुछ नहीं कर सकते। अब वो क्लेम करेंगे, नोटिस डालेंगे, कोर्ट में केस डालेंगे, तो ये मामला तो चलता ही रहेगा। जो हो गया हो गया।
लेकिन क्या आपको लगता है उन्हें कंपनसेशन?
नहीं, आई डोंट थिंक सो कि उनको कोई कंपनसेशन मिलेगा। इसमें तो कोई मेरे को नहीं लगता।
चाहिए,
मिलना तो हर आदमी कहना चाहिए, बट आज के टाइम में ऐसा कोई मिलने लगा तो फिर वो कंपनी तो फिर कई सारे आ जाएंगे कि मेरे को इतना मिला, मेरे को ये नहीं, तो वो नहीं। बट ये ठीक है कि आया डिसीजन बहुत लेट है, ये पहले होना चाहिए था। हमारी जुडिशरी वैसे ही लेट चलती है, तो ये पहले आता तो एक रिलीफ होता कि हाँ भी ये अच्छी सीजन है, जब तक 50% गाड़ियाँ उठ चुकी हैं दिल्ली से।
Okay, so well, absolutely, Samya. As per the people, almost 50% of the cars have been now scrapped by the dealers already, and those who are running from door to door, it is a big relief for them. We have also ran our campaign "Old Car No Bekaar" for several days, and after that, days after that, we are seeing the impact. Now the people are getting a big relief that the High Court has said that their car should be given back to them by taking an undertaking, and they are allowed to take away their car out of Delhi and sell according to their own wish. And this should not be done. It is not a dictatorship but democracy in the country. Over to you.
Absolutely, Ela. Thank you for getting us